Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. There are major news about the Wastelanders DLC. I'm going to present you everything that I have found out so far, as well as 2 new issues that are rising in the game at the moment. Let's start. Bethesda has just released juicy news on the upcoming DLC Wastelanders. Fresh screenshots revealing new locations and even upcoming characters from the Settlers faction. That's right. Now, if you'd like to know more about Wastelanders, feel free to check my other video with over 20 facts and leaks that every Fallout 76 player should know. For now, let's analyze each screenshot in detail. There's a lot of things you probably missed, and I have plenty of information to share with you as well. So let's start with the third upcoming faction and in-game locations that will become faction hotspots. Shall we? So far, we barely knew anything about the upcoming third faction, which is the cult of the Mothman. Even data miners couldn't dig much about them, but now Bethesda came forward to let us know that this faction has not been forgotten. Thankfully, in the forest region there will be at least one cool shrine, or maybe this could be a hideout? I'm not sure. The screenshot shows a church located at Kanawha County Cemetery. The location clearly exists in-game already, and it's an actual shrine for the cult. There is plenty of evidence inside the church, including sacrifice circles and Mothman effigies made out of wood. However, with Wastelanders, it will drastically shift to accommodate the cult's beliefs. Moving forward, these cultists are also related to the Interlooper, a dormant creature from the Eldritch race, which presents a human appearance, but it is made out of vines and/or root-like material. The creature appears to have supernatural abilities, including changing the nearby terrain and causing psychosis in humans. Now, this new screenshot portrays a church infested with these vines, which are not yet present in-game right now. But we do know that a lot of locations will be changed and transformed in Wastelanders, but in this case it seems to be directly related to what the cult of the Mothman praises and follows. Perhaps we will also see a shift of internal lore inside the cult. It will no longer just be about the Mothman, it's also about this supernatural creature, the Interlooper. Supposedly it tends to communicate with some of the cultists. Interesting. I'm excited to see how things will develop here with this third faction. The Raiders are coming to stay, and in previous screenshots Bethesda unveiled clues of locations that will be featured in the upcoming Raiders lore during Wastelanders, which will take place in the various outposts and even faction missions in instance areas, mostly, like the top of the world or even the Watoga Civic Center. For this particular screenshot, there are hints of the general area or region, which is the Ash Heap due to the falling ash and overall volcanic dark environment. But that's not all. I've discovered that the location in this particular screenshot is at a ROLLINS work camp, with a huge crane on the spot and one of the big towers seen at a distance. Does the side-by-side comparison look similar to you? Of course, the location will suffer some transformations to become a Raiders outpost, but it is surely the same exact spot. There is a crane, there is a lot of things that indicate this is the area. But there are also other details in this picture, such as several patrolling NPCs, Raiders in this case, and one of them seems to be carrying a new laser weapon, possibly the so anticipated Laser Musket. After all, Bethesda announced several new laser weapons for Wastelanders, so it shouldn't be a surprise for any of us. The weapon can be currently found in the devs room and has been leaked by some players, but officially it has not been released yet. It looks just like this one. Glowing red, it looks super nice, cool, and I think it's actually strong. So let's hope that this weapon will be released in the following months so everyone can get it and try it out. In Wastelanders, there will be a new inn where some NPCs will be located, an instanced area most likely. After all, Bethesda mentioned they want to keep the NPCs in controlled environments to avoid unwanted incidents like mobs killing NPCs, and then players can access the respective NPCs and proceed with their missions and so on. That would be extremely frustrating for everyone. Moreover, they also mentioned this inn will be called the Wayward and it won't be too far from Vault 76. Now, there are a lot of possible places for this upcoming inn. In fact, it could be in any of the nearby towns like Flatwoods, Morgantown, or even Point Pleasant. There are tons of close buildings there, for example. But it could also be in any other spot close to the vault. I've searched some shacks and cabins, but sadly I didn't find much. All I found was a few open bars and restaurants in towns like Morgantown and Flatwoods. Now, since this will most likely be an instanced area and the screenshots showed an intense yellow and artificial light as well as blocked windows, it is possible that they will create the inn from scratch here. I mean, it might be a brand new location, it would make sense. Only time will tell. For now, we must embrace speculation and wait for further details. That's my honest opinion. A few weeks ago, new characters were presented in a new screenshot released by Bethesda, but they didn't announce any character names. Now we know this Ghoul character will be called Mort. Other than that, we don't know much. Besides that, he is part of the Settlers faction and he will be hanging around yet another Settlers character, the Duchess. Yep, we have a second character released this time. Both characters will be located inside the upcoming inn. In fact, Mort could be someone very close to the second character, maybe her right hand or second in charge. Why am I saying this? Well, things will make more sense in the next separator, so let's move on. The Duchess is an upcoming settler character, possibly one of the bosses or high ranks of the faction. There are several documents in-game that allow you to understand a bit about who she is, or used to be at least. She is a non-criminal, actually a smuggler, for buff-outs at least. She used to live in Welch, and based in this holotape, she is quite nice to children, but quite ruthless to those who do not follow the rules. If she gets you a package, you better deliver the payment, or else Butch will pay you a visit, the kind you won't forget. But that's part of the past. Now she will be located at the Wayward Inn together with Mort. What's his relationship with her? We don't know yet, but it could be possible that they are well related since they are both settlers, and he could be replacing Butch. Who knows, that's just speculation and guessing at this point, so let's move on to the next point. If you were wondering where will the settlers settle in, literally, I think Bethesda has just provided the answer. It's underground in Spruce Knob. There will be a new cave under this location with plenty of water, which is not a surprise really. I mean, there is a huge lake and channels right now in this location, so a cave with water sounds about right. Now, the Foundation settlers have chosen this location because they can get shelter from all the Scorchebeasts flying around Appalachia. It's like their strategic place. It gives them all the safety and time they need to come up with plans to start rebuilding the land. Just like the Raider screenshot, you can spot several settler NPCs populating the upcoming base. I just wonder if the Foundation settlers here will have great relations with the other outposts, and what will be their approach towards other factions. It seems like the highly advanced Watoga City will get an update as well. A new underground location will be added. For now, it is known as an automated subterranean parking garage filled with old cars and robots as well. As a parking garage, one can only expect to find lots of junk and parts in this upcoming location. Maybe even some rare plants for upcoming weapons and some mods as well. But there is a peculiar detail in this screenshot. There is a piece of cloth serving as a banner in a wall saying "Leave or die." As far as I know, robots don't handwrite, plus Watoga robots are not really hostile, so maybe this new place will be populated by a second faction, or maybe this will be another instance place for another faction mission. That could also be a possibility. I really wonder what secrets are below Watoga. We have just received 5 new screenshots for Thanksgiving with plenty of information to go over. I'm confident that Bethesda will keep feeding us more information on upcoming features and content. For Christmas, we surely will have more juicy news to analyze, possibly something more tangible this time. Probably an intro to certain companions or even details on how new features will work, like the reputation or the player legendary systems. Let's hope the largest DLC for Fallout 76 will live up to all the expectations. I want to bring a rising issue to your attention, which is a new major bug with private servers, and maybe Adventure too. Sometimes the Scorchebeast Queen will spawn with no stars no matter how long you wait. That's all because there is a mob budget per server, as data miner Zix explained. And when a server is dying or malfunctioning, this cap will be full and newly spawned legendaries won't really appear as such. That's why this major bug is mostly seen in private servers, because the permanent reservation is full quite often already. Putting that together with other issues means bosses won't spawn as bosses. As such, you should make sure to find legendaries first in your private server before launching a nuke to ensure that your Scorchebeast Queen won't come without stars. That should do the trick. Better safe than sorry. It seems like there is a new wave of exploiting and cheating again. Yep, again. Several people have directly messaged me informing of what's going on. Things seem really degrading this time, and these cheaters are supposedly able to buy script with caps and even get atomic shop entries without any atoms. Yucks. I have further evidence of what I'm saying, but I won't share it here for obvious reasons. I don't want to promote cheating in any way, as usual, but this has been a serious issue from the very start. So I think you should be at least aware of what's happening right now. If you come across any suspicious players, then don't forget to report or submit a support directly to Bethesda. That's all we can do to raise awareness and increase the chances of such problems ever getting fixed. It is the way it is. What do you think about the fresh Wastelanders screenshots Bethesda released? What is the point that made you really excited? Let me know everything in the comment section below. I'm really looking forward to see how these 3 factions will develop and interact with one another. Also, I can't wait to learn more about the upcoming characters. The teasing is real. Anyway, that's going to be everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and get prepared for an incredible Christmas event. I'm still putting the details together here, but the event will come at some point, so be prepared. If you are new around, then make sure to click on the subscribe button below, as well as the notifications bell, so you don't miss anything in the future. I have a Patreon page for anyone who would like to support this type of content. The link is always below the video. Other than that, take care everyone, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. For now, adios, bye bye!